It's Bitcoin Redux. We revisit previous clips. In fact, I only do this because you guys go and comment on old clips and highlight certain segments that you like. And occasionally I get a notification for a comment and I go back and look there. Here's Bob. He liked 24.43. What was I on about at 24 minutes?
It's starting to get like Conor McGregor. You know, you can't even knock an old man out in the pub anymore. The guys are just wearing it and going, is that the best you got? Who the fuck are you? That's what's happening. It's exhausted. It's done. It's had a bit too much coke already.
It's getting into ropey territory. He likes that, does Bob? But what we were saying, this up leg is not sustainable. It is grinding. It is in a channel. It is likely to have a sell-off. Very good. Let's see how that turned out. We'll see how that panned out. What else did you guys? Nano Sanchez Lopez. That is a beautiful, beautiful Hispanic name. Nano Sanchez Lopez. If I was his mum or his pop, I would call him by his full name all the time. It would be Nano Sanchez Lopez. What have you been doing? Why have you not done your homework today? Talk to me now. It was just beautiful. Thank you, Nano, for your comments. Anyway, what does he say?
Come on. We're doing all we can to roll the boat out for you. It's up to you to go watch it. If you don't watch it, it means you don't really care. You're just in it for the thrills and spills. That means you're not wealth building through crypto. It's entertainment. And entertainment you always pay for. Yeah? Okay, so you may as well just investment hodl. You'll still get to the 27K. You just will get with the same amount of Bitcoin you always had. If you want to quadruple that in a single decision.
I'm just shitting on you, basically. Get serious, I'm saying. I'm sorry about that. It's got to be done every now and then because you surrender to your adrenal aspects of your mind and mental posture. You need a papa to say, Nana Sanchez Lopez, why are you not doing your money management? Why are you trading so often? It's about big decisions occasionally that affect your investment, not in and out compulsive, adrenalized, addicted behavior, which is reactional in nature. You should be asking, what is it going to do next? You should be planning what it does next. When it does what it does next, you should be executing. What are we saying it's about to do next? Let's see.
Really abrupt, again, sell-off. That will come. Lock it up and forget, and enjoy the entertainment value of this YouTube for what it is. So, when we, and if we, because I can, as I've already said, be wrong, tap out somewhere in here, could go into the funnel and just miss the stop that we've got here of our first inverted in a new trend, which made its target and overperformed. I would expect a fairly abrupt, again, sell-off.
So the first square we're illustrating there, different color, must draw, always a chance to draw. I'm a kid. Oh, so we're saying from here to here, and then I expanded it a little to give me some wiggle room. 11K mark. Somewhere turning. Abrupt down leg thereafter. Abrupt down leg thereafter, after getting to the 11K mark. What happens next, Francis? Pray tell. Pray tell. Share thou scenario cast with the many.
That will come quite low, and this time the 10K will be of interest. It may go below it again.
10K at the bottom to be of interest. Pretty.
But not run that very extreme hammer.
One Francis is enough. Two is just like, whoa. So 10,000, get the pen thing. 10,000 is key with probably a sub run below 10,000. So that. Again, give the bargain basement buyers just sub the 10K another go. Feed them more beans. They have a truckload of beans dumped on their heads. They've had beans for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and bring them a new plate of beans and keep asking them to eat. And they shall until they can eat no more. Until they start having nightmares involving beans. Bargain basement Bitcoin beans. And here we go. So what happens next? Pray tell, Francis.
It was high volatility period that was real pissing off the roof pattern, as we like to say sometimes. That is strong. What comes next? A weaker grind, bear flag like, and then we sell off, in my opinion. That is my highest probability scenario. I'd say it's pretty high. We're giving it to you free. That's a view I share with my premium guys, and you can see it. What does this mean for the other coins? If we go...
So the key other point that was in there somewhere that I seem to have skipped over, but I'll spare you the audio of too many Francises, was that we will not run that low and we will base, but we will trade most likely sub 10. So we will go into this form of structure, ever compressing, where after the eventual event will be a sell-off to the downside. How did we do? What time frame was it? It was 240 minutes, 240 minutes, 240 minutes. Yep. So we go into the 240. Let's take him off there. So this is roughly where we were. We came up in this little channel and we tapped out at the 11K. So you actually had two chances. So let's see how it did. You had two chances to sell at the 11K. You then ground and sold, traded sub the 10K. Let's go the 10K there. 10K in the sky blue, about which this entire pattern had formed with your bargain basement bean buyers getting ever bigger truckloads to consume, just sub the 10K amount. So you did actually trade lower. You failed to run this low. You held it, which is trying to hold the line. You sold off. You then got a second go at 11K to short, just sub 11K. So you touched 11K, you were $63 or $67 short at 10,933, 11K. Then you went rather, as we call it, pee off the roof with a little bounce, spike buying, pee off the roof, and then a spike. And then you started to settle very low vol here with a squeeze within a larger squeeze, and you broke. So you might ask, thanks for the redux. That somehow puts yourself in a flattering light. It did in a little bit. We weren't too far off in all aspects, but we aren't always like that. But what comes next? Well, we've covered this. But the short answer, we do the full answer we actually had a little continuation there. You might have a little bear flag rally there. But overall, you could even have spike that then dies. Short the spike only after it starts to give shooting stars on the reasonable time frame. If you missed the original short, not advice, just me talking aloud to myself. And you might have been overhearing. In the surveillance state and world that we're in, most things are overheard, aren't they now? Anyway, before I digress into other matters, so overall we're looking for the 6831 as our primary target with possible overperformance, for which we, in our special little studio of conjuring wizards, have put together this unique number. We will do a partial close here, which we have a percentage for, and we will hold a smaller element that will be less than for that special overperformance number that we have. And that will bring you to potentially, it'll start not to be necessarily the bottom, but it could or should be, but I would expect to become more of a mixed market and potentially start biasing again to the bull side when you want to start accumulating again. And as I stressed to many others, and I will, because I think it's the most important video that everybody will refer, and if you think we have a certain element of probability predictive skill that occasionally is accurate, I would certainly direct you to the previous two YouTube clips that I did, where I stated that around about November, I was trying to scenario cast the time frame. It could be late October, it could be early December, but it's getting the time frames between these things are getting tighter. So it's pretty reasonable that there will be probably a last chance maybe to buy at the 6.8, maybe even our special overperformance slightly lower number. And that might be indeed a last chance, unlike your last chance for baked beans that just kept coming until you couldn't eat any more beans and you started to puke beans and they kept bringing them. No, that was the 10K fake bargain basement. There is a better accumulation point, as I mentioned, down here at the 6.8 and possibly a tad lower, and you'll be getting that. And that might be one of the last times at that level, and you will get another chance to accumulate higher up after a boring period. And actually, one of the most important things that are going to throw most of you out of the game is after that's happened, despite a little bit of a grinding up, which will probably get you back up into the teens, 10s, 11s, 12s, after all of that, it's going to look very, very dull. it's going to go sleepy in Bitcoin land. And you know what's going to happen? All of you are going to be lulled off to sleep. And the snipers are going to be testing their scopes. And they will be leveraged long at the key moments, because as it goes super low volatility and boring, so will it suddenly get very expansive and exciting. But you're going to have to be patient and wait for that. And that will probably kick off only into New Year's 20 and may even drag into 21 in my own personal scenario cast, which for now is one that I've held for a very long time and is still being complied to. So we're getting a lot of positive affirmation, but at any point they can chuck our script away and go on their own script. But these are typical behavior patterns of price behavior in my better part of starting as an investor in 1987 all the way through to today, which now makes me quite an old trader. Not sure I like that one. 20, 30, 32 years, is it? 19, probably sounds there around. I was a pretty dumb early trader and made lots of dumb mistakes, but you don't need to know about all that history. That's something for another day. Okay, so watch it, part 1 and part 2. It's all done there. I'm not going to recap it. It was my last 2 Crypto Sniper YouTubes. So that's your weekend Bitcoin Redux. Boom. Keep it cool, keep sharp, and be ready to be awake when all else sleep. Those moments will come, and I suspect first, short term, more downside in the general hole for BTC to come, although small spikes, rising wedges, and all sorts of other downside continuation patterns may occur in the meantime that will lead you to believe that it's a bottom or it's a recovery before it actually is. Wait for at least the 6.8 to be run, trade sub the 6.9, then you can start thinking. Although I once again look for the bottoming patterns, because we have a secret number even a touch below that. That is also possible as part of an overperformance and a first pattern in a new trend. All stuff you will learn on a program and a course when you join us, if you choose to, at our marketsniper.com. Enjoy your weekend. Let's keep this one short. Thank you. Love you for your following. Thanks for sharing. Lots of likes. The Crypto Sniper, at the Crypto Sniper Twitter. You will miss any flash updates that I feel occasionally inclined to give free to my followers. If you are not already following, at the Crypto Sniper, don't forget, and the Market Sniper for that matter. All right, check to you later.